YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Boy, it's cold in the nation's capital. I'm talking about cold. Um, Feels like it's 21 degrees right now in DC. That's cold. That is very cold. And ain't no sense in me being out in no weather like that, man. No, indeed. So I'll just spend my time on social media since I ain't trying to get outside in the cold weather. But you know, I think I have discovered what's keeping us divided, and that is a lack of trust in each other. I believe that is the root of the problem. People are afraid to trust each other, and it's been deliberate, um, because that's why this fake news was so popular. Everything was fake news. You know, the amount of deception that has been able to be successful, and I honestly, I really don't know how we're gonna restore trust among people. That's wow. Whoever can figure out how to restore trust among people are gonna get paid. And that's what's I mean, there's no trust in the church at this point. Okay? There's no trust in the church. So that's interesting. And that's all over the world, not just America. That's all over the world. There's a lack of trust. And whoever is successful at being able to restore trust among people, man, they gonna get rich. And that's wow. That's where it is. That's the problem. That's the problem right now. People just don't trust each other, and it's a subconscious thing. It's something that's ingrained in them. They don't even realize that, you know, the issues that we have now is because of a lack of trust. I mean, people don't trust their significant others. They don't trust their family. They don't trust their friends, their coworkers. They don't trust strangers. At one point, there was a time when people would believe in each other, but not anymore. That don't even exist. Because the very people that you believe in are the ones that end up being disappointing. You find out that it wasn't sincere. And we got a lot of mindsets that people have been ingrained in to tear down, and it's not easy. And that's the I think that's the challenging part is what I'm talking about. You know, these are decades of being instilled in people not to trust. Okay, I'm doing good. What's happening? And as a result, I mean, because look at all of the TV shows that were hits, only to get behind the scenes and find out that it was something totally different behind the scenes as to what was going on. We don't know what is real and what is fake right now. People can't distinguish between what's real and what's fake. You from Japan? Well, okay, thank you for joining me. And as a result, I mean, and again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just an American problem. This is a problem that is going on all over the world. There's a trust issue all over the world. Man, I'd love to get to Japan. I really would. One day I will visit Japan. And if I ever set foot in Japan, I'm gonna be a hit. I'm telling you. If I ever set foot in Japan, I'm gonna be a hit. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. And I'm coming. One day I'll be there. But again, man, it's all about trust. That's what this whole thing is. A lack of trust in each other. A lack of trust is the root issue as to why we have the division that we have. And I pray and ask God to, give me a solution to be able to address this. Because that's just it in a nutshell. It all comes down to trust. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of people don't donate money to this cause, because they don't have any trust that I'm gonna do the right thing. And they don't even know me. But it's that fear of a lack of trust. Because some of them boldly say, man, what you gonna do with the money? That's a trust issue. That's a trust issue. Trying to build a brand. Oh, you clout chasing. That's a trust issue. See, nobody believes that you can say what you mean and mean what you say. People don't believe that's possible anymore. People don't believe that integrity. Sign crooked. Hold on here. Gotta get it straight. People don't believe that. And I mean seriously. And I can tell that I've been on social media long enough to know that when I approach a sensitive topic, a lot of people don't show up. A lot of people don't want to address that. But if I put some negativity on here or something about Trump, Man, I have all kind of people up in here. But this is the bottom line of what we're dealing with right now is trust. We don't trust each other. Okay? We don't trust each other. We're not willing to give each other a chance. And that's a trust issue. And it has nothing to do with the person, but everything to do with people. Because that's how they keep us divided. Not trusting each other. That's it in a nutshell, man. That's why we're so divided. We don't trust each other. We're not willing to give each other a chance. We talk at each other, but we don't want to talk to each other. And that's trust. And that's what's missing, not only in America, but the world. Trust is missing. And whoever can restore the trust back in people, those are the ones that are going to get ahead. If you're able to restore trust among people, and that's where the answer is. How do we restore trust among people when we got so much division, so much animosity, so much revenge that's going on among people? How do we restore the trust? Man, I mean, see, this is. Remember, I always tell y'all, if your ideas are not growing in your head, they're dead. And this is one idea that I'm really gonna have to sit down and it's not gonna be easy because a lot of people don't want people to trust each other. That's how they keep control over them, by keeping them divided. That's how they stay in control, with division, not unity. People are in control right now because of division. As long as they keep people fighting each other at each other's throats, they're not paying attention to what's really going on around them. But we got to get back to trusting each other, believing in each other. And that's by example. Okay? That's strictly by example. Man, I think I have stumbled on to what the issue is. Now, I'm just going to have to dig into this more because, and this just not America. The whole world is divided because we don't trust each other. The whole world is divided. The majority of the politicians that represent us can't be trusted. They'll tell you any and everything to get elected. And then once they get in office, they do an about face. See, so, that's even more of a problem. The people that are supposed to be leading us can't be trusted, and they are spreading distrust. Oh, them liberals, them Democrats, them Republicans, them MAGAs, showing spread. That's how they, as long as they sit down and talk about other people and point out the flaws of other people, you have folk that will pay them. They actually make a very good living off of keeping us divided, keeping us afraid of each other. They make a very good living. And consequently, if they didn't, then they got to give up the joys and see. And this is why I keep telling people, if we don't ever show anything positive that's profitable, nothing is going to change. And the reason we can't show nothing positive, profitable, is because folk don't trust. They don't believe. And not only do they not trust, they're not willing to give you a chance. This is the problem. And it has nothing to do with the person and everything to do with the mindset of the people. So we got a serious issue. And look at our young kids. They're paying attention to what the adults are doing. And because of that, when they see how dysfunctional we are, we can't go in and correct them because all they see is dysfunction. And so consequently, they ain't gonna listen to you because all they see is dysfunction. And they start rebelling. This is why these young people are so rebellious now, because all they see is dysfunction from the adults. And then the adults, see, like these young kids, man. I'm glad my kids are grown. But these young kids today, they got to fight off more adults that's trying to molest them, trying to get with them, than they do their own peers. You got more adults right now that are out here molesting these young children, taking advantage of them, using them. And that's why they don't trust half of the adults that are around them, because them adults, men and women, are trying to get in the pants of a lot of these young kids. And they still trying to, and these kids are still trying to figure shit out. And now you got some grown person that's manipulating their emotions. Some more distrust. But we don't want to talk about that. Okay? It is sick. It is sick. It's real sick. It's real sick, Jay. But it's the reality. It's the reality. That's just the reality of and so consequently, these young kids now growing up, they can't trust nobody. Cause the people that are supposed to be guiding them, supposed to be leading them, supposed to be teaching them, are the ones that's trying to exploit them. So they gonna grow up in an attitude that they don't trust because they see it by example. They're seeing it, they're witnessing it. They're witnessing it. These young kids, and here's the thing, I'm gonna tell y'all something. All right, good night. Thank you, man. Let me tell y'all something. You can say what you want about these youngsters, but they can spot fake a mile away. Let me say that again. You can say whatever you want to say about a lot of these young people, but boy, one thing they can do, they can spot fake a mile away. They can spot fake, okay? They spot it. They recognize it. They see it, okay? They see it. And you can't fool them either. That's the crazy part, you know. Ain't no fooling them. Ain't no fooling them. Ain't no you can't fool them, you know? So, like I said, the challenge right now is, man, how do you get trust restored back among people? You know, how do you do that? How do you approach that to get people to start? And man, I hope y'all can hear me. How do you do that? How do you get people to start believing in each other again, trusting each other, caring about each other? Because, so many people have used gimmicks to manipulate folk. They're using gimmicks. And then people end up finding that this is not what it's cranked up to be. Now they don't want to trust anybody, so it's real interesting. Think I done stumbled onto something, and I just gotta, ask God to guide me how to deal with it. Just try to figure out, man, how you can restore trust among people. What do you have to do to get people to start trusting again? How do you have to be to get people to trust? Well, I got two people in here. They anonymous. These two people in here, they anonymous. They don't wanna reveal their identity. So ain't no sense in me asking, is what I'm saying making sense? But um I think I have discovered the issue that's keeping us divided. And now I just got to ask God for some guidance on how to articulate this, how to address this, because it's truly something that needs to be addressed. Trust. Um, that's what the problem is. And see, and once you can identify the problem, then you can start taking some steps to try to correct it. But it's not going to be easy because there's such a mindset that has been ingrained in people that they don't want to let go. They don't want to. I mean, you know, some people are just flat out afraid to trust anybody, because they don't want to go through the hurt and the disappointment and the pain to know that they put their trust in somebody and it was violated. That's a lot of pain. And 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 you got some folk that don't really give a damn. about other folks' feeling. Could care less about what somebody else is feeling. It doesn't matter as long as they're getting what they want. That's all that's important. So, maybe and see, you can only fake it for a while. If faking it will work for a while, but eventually the truth is gonna come out. Yeah, faking can get you in the door. Faking can get you an advancement. Faking can open doors, but faking can't keep you in there. See, and that's the difference. Once you get in, now you got to deliver. And it's only so much faking that you're gonna be able to do. You see, so and again, because we don't honor hard work anymore. We don't honor integrity anymore. We don't honor honesty anymore. You don't see those things working. You see deception, revenge, animosity, negativity. That's what you see working, and consequently, that's what people are going to be attracted to, what they see working, because there's not enough people that want to put their trust in something to give it a chance because they don't want to be disappointed. So since they just make up their mind, I ain't trusting nobody. And herein lies the problem. And you got and see and notice how many successful people that you have who've made it, and they are saying, man, don't trust nobody. See, they'll tell you, don't trust nobody. And when you can't trust man, everybody wants the easy way out, don't want to earn social media is really the problem with the world. Well, because Jay, when you try to earn it, that's hard work, man. You got to deal with a lot of rejection. You got to deal with a lot of suspicion. You got to deal with other people's isms when you try to earn, you know, um, because you got so many people that don't want to see you make it, don't want to see you be successful, ain't trying to elevate you whatsoever and can agree with you. But they're not going to do anything to help you get ahead because they're conditioned that, oh, well, once he make it, um, he gonna forget about everybody else. And see, and that herein lies the problem because we don't have enough successful people that are reaching back. Somebody help them get to where they are. These same influencers that people be talking about, somebody help them. Somebody gave them a chance. But yet, once they get in the door, they bolted closed. They're not trying to prop it open to help somebody else get in. See, because for them to help, they feel like they earn whatever success they got. And if somebody else is coming along trying to get some success, oh, now you clout chasing. But weren't you clout chasing? when you was trying to get up the ladder and you got to look down on somebody else that's trying to do the same thing that you were doing? See, we're taught not to help each other. That's instilled in us. Don't trust, don't help them get up. Let them do it by themselves. And who can be successful by themselves? And consequently, you know, nothing changes. Nothing changes. Nothing. And this is where we are. This is where we are. We don't want to uplift each other because it's a trust issue. And that's the problem. It's trust. It simply boils down to trust. And if we never, and you notice, that's the one thing that people don't want to talk about. Trust. Because most folk have a trust issue. And if you can't trust yourself, you surely are not going to be able to trust nobody else. Because you would compromise. You know you would take a shortcut if you were presented with it. So you automatically think, well, if I would do this, then everybody else is going to do the same thing because this is what I would do. And even go back to this last presidential election. You know, and not that we had poor choices on both sides. We Let me say that again. We had poor choices on both sides. But it's amazing how many people glorify thuggish behavior. Glorify it. Look at the stuff that we glorify. We don't glorify integrity. We don't glorify doing it the right way. We don't glorify sacrifice. We don't glorify working hard. We don't glorify having a moral compass. We don't glorify those things. We glorify the exact opposites of those things because that's what we see working. And consequently, when somebody come up and display opposite of what we see working, what are they up to? Oh, I don't believe that. I don't think that he can be faithful to his wife. Okay. See, we don't show that kind of stuff. See, we show. I saw where this comedian Ricky Smiley, my fraternity brother. Okay, we in the same fraternity, me and Ricky Smiley, and he was grieving about his son, and saw where he was. This lady was interviewing him, and he said, right before the first anniversary of my son's death, I found out I had twin daughters, 4 years old. Uh, the mother actually evidently took a paternity test, and who she thought was the father wasn't the father. So she comes to him and say, "Hey, I need you to take a paternity test to see if these girls are yours." So that tells me that he was slipping on the down low, and he knew this person, and she hung around here, but he was going behind somebody's back, hitting it, and we glorify that. And now he got twin daughters, that he's proud. Every father should be proud of, but man, look at the circumstances. How them daughters came about. And you glorify that. That's some cute shit right there. That's some straight up cute shit, to be able to be going behind somebody's back, hitting on their woman. But she was in a relationship, but she was slipping and sliding with him. And we glorify that stuff, man. You know, that we magnify that kind of stuff, that negativity. We magnify that. But what about them fathers that's doing it the right way? That ain't cheating on their significant other or their wife. They can't get the time of day. These young girls out here who are honor roll students doing the right thing, man, ain't on OnlyFans busting it open. Can't get the time of day. Okay. Yeah, sneaky. A lot of young kids out here that are very positive, doing big things. Can't get the time of day. But them mofos out here fighting and drugging and doing all this shit, man, they all over. They go viral. They are the influencers. How you gonna invite Sexy Red to the White House? And you can't invite some young women that don't even dabble in that lifestyle. She's a hoe. And you gonna magnify her? You gonna glorify her? And you got young girls that are honor roll students and get the time of day. But yet, and these jokers out here, they're slipping and sliding and doing all that other shit. They're the ones, Cardi B, you know, openly brag about the fact she drugged and robbed dudes, but she's held up as the standard. And always talking about her poo nanny. If your poo nanny was so good, how come your man is cheating on you so? Oh, let me say that shit again, Cardi B, in case you come across this. If your poo nanny is so good, how come your man cheating on you? It is, but Jay, this is what I'm saying is how come positive can't work on social media? Why is it only negative can work on social media? And this negative is what's feeding the distrust. That's what's feeding the distrust among us, the negativity. And yet, that's the only thing we see working because nobody's willing to give something positive a chance. That ain't real. But I can come out here, man, shit. Let me get up here and whip my dick out. Man, I go viral. See, then I'll become an influencer because now I have degraded myself. Right. And the, so and you've hit the net. Right is wrong and wrong is right. You're absolutely right. But we got to get back to right is right and wrong is wrong. That's where we got to get back to. And how do you get back to right is right, wrong is wrong? Say what you mean what you say. It's just that simple. It ain't difficult. If you want to get back to right is right and wrong is wrong, say what you mean and mean what you say. Because somebody can come down, oh, did you say this? Yes. Did you mean this? Yes. That's what I meant. Now, you can always have see a different opinion, but right now you got people saying one thing and you don't know what the hell they mean. You don't know. You guessing and wondering, wonder what. No, that's not the way it should be. And this is what I'm saying. We're gonna have to start trying to reinstill trust among people. And how we gonna do that is positivity is gonna have to become profitable. And you can't fake that. And you got a lot of people running out here, and you can look at their track record and see when positivity becomes profitable, then everybody gonna jump out here and they're gonna do it from their head because they want the money and not from their heart. And when somebody's doing something from their heart, see, they can endure the hard times. They can endure the rough times when they doing it from their heart because they believe in what they doing. But when you doing it from your head and the shit hit the fan and get hard, first thing you gonna do, throw your hands up and say, man, I quit. I can't do this no more. When you doing it from your head, see, that's the difference. That is the difference. And you can tell, just look at how many people then threw the towel in. Uh, I saw this boy Mike Tyson fought. Jake Paul said that when he was out here trying to do the right thing, help people, he couldn't get the time of day. But as soon as he became a villain, he got paid. Think about that. You got to be a villain to profit. You can't be a good guy and profit. Why is that? You're a good guy. And you say, man, support. Oh, there you go begging. See, that's the first thing they want to do is put you down. But you say, man, support my cause. Help me out. I can't be successful without you. I can't do it. But you begging. You panhandling. Because you're saying support something positive. But you can get on here and do something negative and get rich overnight. And people wouldn't have a problem with it because that's all they see. That's working. And if we never show them a different way, ain't nothing going to change. And this is what I've been trying to get people to see. If you never show nothing, no other way working, ain't nothing going to change. And see, and it's the people that has the power in their hands and don't use it. It's the people that's got the power in their hands and don't use it. See, they see all these girls on OnlyFans, but yet they don't try to promote somebody that ain't doing that, ain't in that lifestyle. The girls that ain't in that lifestyle, man, can't get the time of day. But yet you got so many other people that will buy into that negativity. Well, see, now they getting something out of it. See, it's a personal thing for them now. And all we got to do, man, is just show the world that positivity works, that it works. You ain't got to go out here and sell dope. And see, the majority of crime that's in the black community is because you have a group of people trying to get something for nothing. Let me say that again. The majority of the crime in the black community today, okay, is because you got a group of people that's trying to get something for nothing. They ain't gonna go out and work for it themselves. They gonna let somebody else go out, do the hard work, and then they take it. Because that's what they see working. They don't see being positive working. And when I say this to people, they take it with a grain of salt until we start showing that positivity works. Ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing is gonna change, man. It's gonna stay the same. The same. And that's the sad part right there. That's the sad part. Cause oh, you out of here. Okay. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. And it's up to the people. And if the people don't want to get involved, ain't nothing gonna change. Because one thing that you can rest assured on, nothing can be successful without people. Let me say that again. Nothing can be successful without the support of people. Name one thing that's successful without the support of people. Nothing. Negativity is successful because it got the support of people. So if negativity is successful because it's got the support of people, how come positivity is not successful? Because it got the support of people. Why? Because people don't trust. They don't trust. That's why. Trust is the issue. If trust was not the issue, what's going on, Edward? Thank you for joining me. If trust was not the issue, we wouldn't have all this madness that we got going on right now. We wouldn't have it. It wouldn't exist. And the only reason it's able to exist, folk don't want to trust. Because when you trust, you're going to have to give somebody a chance. And that's what most folk are not willing to do. Because they don't want to be disappointed. They don't want to be let down. They don't want to be hurt. So consequently, we'll just go with status quo. Business as usual. You rather go that route than to say, man, let's try something different. And see, let me say this again. We're gonna get back to trust when you say what you mean and mean what you say. You're gonna have to have a moral compass, man. You can't go along with the crowd. You can't be on that wide road following. Okay? And that's the problem. See, see that wide road is what's working. That straight and narrow road don't show it ain't showing no profit. See, it ain't showing no success. That's the problem. because folk have been so disappointed in people that they believed in that they're not willing. That's why churches are empty right now. The majority of the churches in the body of Christ are empty. They ain't got overflowing numbers like they used to have. Why? Because people don't trust no more. See, they done stopped trusting. And, ooh, and in some cases, they don't trust God. People have lost trust in God because they don't see God moving. You know, they got itching ears. They want to get it just like that. It's supposed to magically appear, miracles. See, a lot of Christians want miracles, but they ain't living a righteous lifestyle. You know, I was going through X this morning and just happened to hear that a young lady called Jesse Lee Peterson. And you know the advice he gave that girl? Stop listening to your mama, your parents. All of the moral things that they have taught you is wrong. You know, you got to forget about that and be yourself. See, it's people like that that's getting paid. How you gonna forget about what your parents then taught you? When the Bible say, honor thy mother and thy father. And you gonna turn around and say, you know, don't listen to your parents. Now, because you might have had an issue with your parents, don't mean everybody got an issue with their parents. How you gonna say all parents are evil? How you gonna say that? And then when you start talking like that, the people that do feel like parents are evil are the ones that's gonna support you financially. Though that's where your money gonna come from. The people that agree with you, they're gonna support you financially. Okay? He does. He does. And thank you for joining me, Steve. He does. You know, how is it a man that ain't married, ain't in no relationship, is giving out marital advice? Trying to tell married couples, and you can't show it by example. And this is what, thank you, Lord. See, if we gonna restore trust, we gonna have to have some people that can show by example. That is what is gonna have to happen if we gonna restore trust in each other. See, people are gonna have to be able to show by example, not by words, but by example. This is how I did it. Okay? This is what worked for me. But everybody want that magic wand, man. And that magic, that quick and easy way, you know, it'll work sometime, but that might not be the best way. Because ain't no foundation to it. Man, when you go through some stuff, when you experience some stuff, you building a foundation. See, a lot of folk don't want to endure no discomfort. Um, well, I saw I saw that on the internet, and a guy actually went into church, and you know, when you got churches doing shit like that, they full of shit. half of them fucking each other on the down low. And, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And it's a whole lot of people out here that on this righteous lifestyle, on this righteous road. And you have to do what they say and not do what they do. And that particular situation is a situation where to do what they say, like they didn't screw around as teenagers. And see, and you don't know what that baby gonna come out to be. You don't know, you have no idea what that baby gonna grow up to be. My daughter was a teenage mother. Man, I was hot as fish grease when I found out my daughter was pregnant. And that girl never missed a beat. Never missed a beat with her child. Would get up in the morning, catch the bus, do whatever she had to do. That baby was not an excuse for her. And that boy is one of the baddest trumpet players right now this world gonna ever see. My grandson. A graduate of Michigan State University. A Broadway musician. Okay? He's now a Broadway musician. But when she got pregnant, shit. I'm telling you, I was hot as fish grease, buddy. What? That ain't supposed to happen to me. How this gonna happen to me? That my daughter gonna go out here and get pregnant? And man, I and I told her, when that happened, baby, I was disappointed. But I can honestly say I'm proud of the job that you have done. I'm proud of the job she has done with Jeremiah. That's right. I told y'all, man, I done showed y'all the video that my grandson made for me. I had an idea. Make your next destination Dubai. And he made a video for me. Made my logo for my Truth Conductor brand. My grandson. See, so every mistake, there are good things that come out of mistakes if you just give them a chance. See, so when you find people doing stuff like that, man, that ain't biblical. Because half of them people that made this girl do that, man, they got a shit full of stuff in their closet. Their closet is overrun with sin. And they trying to make an example out of somebody else. And that's all about control. That's all that was about, Steve. That wasn't about God. That was about having control. That's it. And see, you can say what you want, man, but God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. And you get out here with that crap if you want to, but God gonna snatch the sheet off a lot of stuff this year. See, a lot of stuff that has been done in secret is getting ready to be revealed. And I'm talking about celebrities, pastors, okay, influential people, politicians. A lot of this stuff that's been done under the cover, man, it's getting ready to be exposed. It's coming out. You watch. The light is going to shine on it. See, they've been doing it in darkness and thinking that, and see, that's the thing about sin. See, sin will have you thinking you getting away with something because you don't get caught. And then years down the road, it finally be exposed. But when you was doing it, you thought you was getting away with it. You thought you was in the clear, only to find out one day you're gonna have to pay the piper, buddy, because that's how sin works. It wants to trap you because eventually it's gonna be revealed. Eventually it's gonna be revealed. So if you know that, why not just do it the right way? Why not just do it the right way, man? So you ain't got to be looking over your shoulder. You ain't got to be worried about what's going on. That you do it the right way. And 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 when you do it the right way, you can sleep at night, man. I can lay my head down and sleep on that bed like a baby. Cause I know I ain't done nothing to disrespect this girl. I haven't disrespected her. I could be screwing out of both legs right now, and my wife wouldn't even know it. God would. But how come somebody can't show, hey man, you ain't got to be messing around on your spouse? And if I ain't got no discipline when she ain't with me, I ain't gonna have no discipline when she is. Because I don't know what it is. But see, when you can develop some discipline, it's ingrained in you. And that's all I'm be trying to show people. Man, have some discipline. You know, shoot, do my dick get hard? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't play around with my weaknesses. I know what my weaknesses are. And when I see them coming, I'm taking off in the opposite direction. Because I don't want to entertain that shit. Because I know me. See, and a lot of people flirt and play with their weaknesses, knowing full well, eventually, they're going to give in. Oh, I can go out to dinner. Oh, yeah, we can go to the movies. Knowing full well, man, you're lying to yourself. You see your weakness coming, go in the opposite direction. You ain't got to tell nobody. And see, and that's the thing that you know, uh, a lot of folk on social media tell too much about themselves. They reveal too much. And some things, man, ain't made for social media. That's some stuff about my life, man, y'all would be surprised. You would be absolutely surprised to find out. But it ain't for social media. See, my life is not an open book for social media. And some folk, man, they even show their intimate lives on social media. Their intimate lives. I saw where they got this new TikTok thing where, um, you know, they have people, you'll see them one way, and then this red uh, background come in, and they doing some totally different other stuff. You know, for real. Some things you don't. Some things you keep to yourself. Some things you just got to keep to yourself. Some things it's not wise to tell everything about you. That's not wise. Because there are a lot of people that will use that information against you. They will use it against you. Okay? Listen, y'all. My daughter's going to take me out to breakfast this morning. So I had to come on here and get on live for a minute to talk about this trust issue. Now, and that's the problem right now. The reason the world is so divided, we don't trust each other. We don't believe in each other. We're not willing to give each other a chance. And that's why the world, not just America, the world is divided because of a lack of trust. People just scared to believe in somebody, scared to give somebody a chance because they've been so disappointed and deceived that they just lump everybody into the same group, and everybody ain't the same. And that's what I be trying to tell people. Eventually, we're going to have to separate the good from the bad. And right now, good people don't trust each other. And they good people believe in the same Jesus and don't trust each other. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. They believe in the same Jesus and scared to trust each other. Make it make sense. I haven't figured it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying. What's going on, David? I'm trying. But that's the problem. You know, good people are afraid to trust other good people. And that's the issue. And we got to get back to right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care who it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. How you do that, truth conductor? Say what you mean what you say. It's just that simple. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. These people believe in the same Jesus and scared to trust each other. But they want you to follow their Jesus. And scared of other good people. Can't even recognize other good people. That's the problem. It's a trust issue. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with, a trust issue. And somewhere, man, we're going to have to get back. We got to get back to the basics. We're going to have to get back to the basics, man. You know, that integrity matters. Having a moral compass matters. Right now, folk can do any and everything and get rich. They can get the bag and don't have no integrity and get the bag and get paid. Don't have no standards and get paid. And yet, the people that's got standards, that got integrity, that have a moral compass, can't get the time of day. But praise the Lord. They praising the Lord, though. Okay? Well, see, David, in order to do that, you have to surrender. You have to give up control. And what's the one thing people don't want to do? Give up control. They don't want to surrender. They don't want to be submissive. Because to them, that's weakness. And that therein lies the problem. People don't want to give up control. They don't want to trust. They don't want to believe. But they want the results. but they don't want to believe. All right. Hey, man, I got to get dressed. I see y'all. I'll be back this evening.